When I was doing drugs, I did not have a relationship with God. He did not exist in my life. I have no more money, I have nowhere to go, I have no family, and I really feel as though I am losing my soul. When I was 10 years old, my father was diagnosed with heart disease. And so the doctor recommended that my whole family go on vacation. While we were on vacation, I was bathing in the sea and my father came in and said, "David, you don't find the water is very cold?" And I said, "No." He was a very tall man, and he came up to me and collapsed, literally fell on top of me. And I had to hold him up from going into the water. By the time my brothers and them came to rescue him off of me, he was already dead. I was 14 years old when I smoked my first marijuana joint. After Form 3, I recognized that I needed money to get stuff what I wanted because I didn't have a father to provide for me. So I went to work at the Hilo grocery during that summer holidays. At Hilo I met older guys. I'm 14, these people are like 18, 19 years old, 20 years old. And they were already smoking cigarettes. And they asked me if I smoke cigarettes and I said, yes, I smoke cigarettes. And so I started to buy my own cigarettes. And then eventually I was introduced to marijuana. So by the time I was ready to go into school, I was already drinking alcohol, I was smoking cigarettes, I was smoking marijuana. So I found people my age doing exactly what I was doing. When I left that school, after I did the year and a half, I said, that's it. I need some money because I have no money, I have no clothes, I'm in need of what a teenager needs. So I went out. The first thing I looked in the newspaper and I got a job as an office boy. I went into this store and the guy said, what are you here for? I said, well, I came for the job that you had on the papers. He said, no. I'm going to give you a better offer than that. He said, if you stay with me 6 months, I will teach you to be a salesman. After 2 years of selling with him, I had completely sold out his warehouse at least twice. I recognized that I couldn't stay with him anymore. So I joined a shipping company and I sold freight, export and import from Florida, from Europe. And there I started to make more money and drive a car. They would buy a car for me to drive because I'm doing well. All this time, I'm smoking marijuana, I'm drinking alcohol, and I'm smoking cigarettes. I was in party mode. Every cent that I got, I went to party. Every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even Wednesdays, even Thursdays sometimes. There was a party. She was at the bar and I went to the bar and I said, hello, how are you? And it was like magic after that. I think we stuck together, kissing for about 3 or 4 hours. Just before I got married, I decided that I wanted to stop smoking marijuana because I felt I didn't want to go into a relationship smoking marijuana. For 2 years, I stopped smoking marijuana, but I was still drinking a little bit of alcohol and still smoking cigarettes.
The way he was doing it was socially acceptable. It was not something that was unusual. So I didn't pick up on anything at the beginning there. come home drunk, and he would actually have like his car would just have tons of beer bottles and so on. You're driving with him and he takes a corner, you just hear clink, 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 clink. When you're looking back, it's just the whole back of the car is just covered with the beer bottles, and then started suspecting something was going on with him. I was in denial that he even had a problem. I would come home at times, and there on our bathroom sink, you would find, well, I didn't know it was that at the time, but you would find cocaine wrapped up in foil. But I suspected it wasn't nothing normal. So when I found that, I just got so totally shocked, flushed it down the toilet bowl. I would find marijuana actually in the house on the table again. He would forget he put it there because I guess in the euphoria of smoking or whatever, he just got his smoke and he just went back out and he just left it.
I found myself smoking crack cocaine and marijuana together, right? And also drinking alcohol and gambling. It became every day. And it came to a point where Maria couldn't handle it anymore. And we had a big ding-dong fight. She cooked one pot of chili and she cooked another pot of tuna casserole. She said, "Which one do you want?" And I said, "I don't want any food. I want to get out of here." She said, "Well, why don't you get out of here?" And she threw the pot of chili at me in one corner of the house. I ducked and I went into the other corner of the house, and she threw the pot of tuna fish casserole at me in that corner of the house. I ducked, and that was the end of it. Maria took all my clothes, put it in a garbage bag, 2 garbage bags, put it in my car and said, "Leave right now." I went straight to the drug place and I smoked all night. And I spent 2-3 days, maybe 4 days without contact with anybody, just smoking cocaine, smoking marijuana. And one of my other brothers came into the drug hole and said, "David, what are you doing, man? You're losing your soul." And that kind of struck me. From where he got me to the main road, I cussed him straight out. I said, "Get out, you so and so and so and so." But for the next 2 days while I was smoking, the people who I was smoking with started to tell me and talk to me about God. So I said, "But what is this about? I am smoking cocaine here. I'm smoking marijuana. What are you talking about God to me about,